Okay. Let's see. Well, X is sadly not working. X is kind of hit and miss. Some nights it works well, some nights it doesn't. Odyssey did not feel like confirming my upload. So Odyssey is also down. However, I think our other sites are up. What the heck? One moment, I have to shut down and restart Larudo. There's something else is running on that port. Come on. Well, it is in fact working now. Or at least it says it is. We know how Arudo is. So, hope tonight finds you well. Hope you've all had a great week. It's been another long one for me, but it is getting a little bit better ever so slowly. Those are some very cheap decorations to get us started. I decided to be dumb after I got a refund. I spent some of that refund on a discount. Smith & Wesson Shield Plus. In the now defunct caliber of 30 Super Carry. I have not had a chance to give it a burn in and see what happens. I am going to test my new idea for how to record at the range. So we may get some live action. Yeah. The ammunition itself is apparently still in mass manufacture, but the guns are no longer being made by anyone. You can get a Shield Plus in 9mm and I think 40mm. But yeah, from what I saw, no one is making 30 Super Carry guns. This was on like a 55-60% off sale. So I grabbed it because what happens is whenever they make these Wildcat rounds or these weird new rounds, once the guns go out of production, usually their price explodes. Like, Zip 22s are some of the worst handguns you can find. And I regularly look for one, and the prices are absolutely obscene. So, picking one up for super duper cheap when the ammo is still in production is potentially a savings investment, and if nothing else, outrunning the rush when people realize it's now a rare gun. So what is 30 Super Carry, and what was it trying to do? because, you know, it's always like this new round that's supposed to be better. What is it better at? It's better at you carrying more of it. 30 Super Carry the same has the same stopping power, which is a real thing. Stopping power is real. It is joules delivered to target. It has the same joules delivered to target as 9mm, but 9mm is 38 caliber. This is 30 caliber. So it is a noticeably smaller round. It is also a longer round. But because the diameter is smaller, you can fit more rounds into the gun. So, comparing the shield to, say, the Glock 26, which is the standard for micro-compact carry handguns. And I know we're not big Glock fans around here, but it is the standard by which every other concealed carry gun in this category is compared. They are roughly the same size. The grip, I believe, is a little bit longer on the shield. The Glock's flush magazine is 10 rounds, plus 1 in the chamber for an 11-round carry capacity. The Shield Plus's flush magazine is 13 rounds, plus 1 for a 14-round capacity. That is 4 more rounds that you are carrying with a flush magazine. And if you are carrying a larger magazine, because you can get ones with longer extended ends, depending on how concealable it is or isn't, the standard other magazine for the Shield Plus is 16 rounds for a 17-round carry capacity. The Glock 26 just uses the Glock 19 mags, which are even bigger and only 15 rounds. So it is able to fit a decent number. 14. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. 3 rounds. Excuse me. 3 rounds. I was thinking versus the magazine, not the plus 1. Yeah, it's 3 rounds more. And then against the Glock 19, it is still 2 rounds more if you're using extended mags. Now, of course, Glock, you could put in the Glock 17 mags or the actual extended mags and stuff. You're probably not carrying with them, and realistically, you're probably not carrying a G26 with the Glock 15 mags. You can put a +2 extender, which is what most people will do, on the bottom of the 10 rounders, which is still, now it's a 12-round magazine for a 13-round carry capacity. The flush fit shield is still doing better than it. And again, it's same joules delivered to target, same stopping power, so you are functionally carrying 9mm, but more of it in a smaller package. I personally like it. It did not. I always start at like 20 yards or so, just to learn a new gun, and then I extend outward. I haven't really had a chance to burn it in, so it had some firing pin issues, which gun burn-in is kind of a cheap way to do things. It's like, oh yeah, you got to put 100 rounds, 200 rounds or something through the gun before it runs quickly. It's like, you couldn't bother to deburr anything? Really? So, you know, I haven't put it through its burn-in period, but off of 30 rounds put through it, I, in like 5, walked it into the red at 20 feet and could literally just mag dump, at least until it failed to fire a round, into the red without any pauses between shots. So, and in my personal opinion, it for a micro compact, it shot very, very smoothly. It wasn't very it didn't kick a whole lot around. It didn't want to do a lot of flip up. It just kind of like stayed where it was, and I could put rounds as fast as I could work the trigger. Which its trigger is way nicer than the Glock clone triggers. It is not a Glock clone trigger, which my Hellcat is. And obviously the G26 uses a Glock trigger, which the Shield's trigger is definitely nicer. It's not 1911 nice, but it is nicer. Like I said, we will look to see if we can get any range video on it. I did not put a red dot on it. I had a laser and light sitting around that I could stick on the front. I'm not buying anything for it though until I know that it's going to be a carry gun, at which point a little micro red dot. If you're going to put anything on a carry gun though, the light should be the first thing you do. The light gives it some significant utility. You have a chance of blinding people in front of you. In an emergency situation where you don't know if you're going to defend yourself or not, being able to just use the gun as a light is nice. A lot of people are like, well, just use your phone. I've been in emergency situations where phone battery was at a premium. I happily use something else for light if I can, just because you never know what's going to happen. So a light is highly recommended. The laser is probably the bottom of the priorities, but it's not a bad thing to have. Now, you're not going to trust the laser to be your primary sighting tool. You want to use the iron sights or the red dot, or just learn the feel of the gun. But the laser is a really nice option to have when you just need to be fairly confident that you're hitting primary body mass at a relatively short range. You're also not using the laser at longer ranges, but as a close range shoot from the hip aid in any kind of situation, the laser is nice. So, in fact, it's a combination light laser. I get the first and the last things that you want in the gun. The red dots are nice in that they open up your sight picture a little bit from looking down the iron sights. It's a defensive gun, so you're using it at short range. Most of these have a cut. This one does, where you can use either the red dot or the iron sights, depending on what kind of accuracy you want, because your red dot accuracy is not going to be as good as practiced iron sights, but at short range, it's going to give you a very good, accurate enough sight picture at, like, say 20 yards, 25 yards, something like that, in which you yards, not feet, in which you are going to be able to be confident that, okay, if I look through a target and I see dot and it goes here, bullet goes here. So, and I tend to go on about the accessories specifically because some old hat FUDs have been getting really anti-accessories. And it's kind of like, but why? Old people hate technology. So, just me talking yada yada. Like I said, these are apparently on some steep discounts across the country, as I guess sellers decide to just move merchandise rather than try to get, go for, oh, it's out of production. They'll never make any more. You better buy them now. So if you're thinking about picking up something in 30 Super Carry, also known as 7.65 French Long, if you are a Forgotten Weapons fan, now is the time to do it. So with all of that rambling out of the way, no, is it not? They are not. Well, they're not compatible. It. Okay, yeah, I should say that. I should put that out. That's true. It is not actually French long. It's not compatible. That's a Forgotten Weapons joke. But yes, you are right. I should put the little disclaimer. Do not actually try to exchange them. Thank you, Up to. That is a fair and important point to make. I was making a joke because Ian makes that joke. They are, in fact, two different rounds. Please be careful. Yeah, that is a fair warning. I stand corrected. We will not be doing that. So, Ramble set up for potentially some B-roll and or talking footage after I have a chance to spend some range time with it. For now, we're going to jump to what Up to hates, which is more Dungeons and Dragons talks, followed by a react, followed by our main event, Wild Blue Skies, which came out at a great time because Nintendo put out their 5th or 6th Star Fox 64 remake, and it's just kind of like there is more effort you could have put into this. There really is. But they didn't, so here we are, and we are certainly hoping that Wild Blue Skies does better. We played the demo a little bit ago. I love the demo. It was very Nintendo 64, Star Fox 64, which was a good thing, but we don't want to do Nintendo's pure clones. Please. Please, please. In the meantime, I said we look at some of the feats from Kibble's Crafting Creation, and so we shall. We're going to go in order, though you can already see the one that I mentioned where we've got more broken things. But starting, we have Adept Poisoner. You specialize in developing poisons, granting you proficiency with poisoners kits, and the following benefits. When you create a poison, you can specify a creature type that poison is specifically made for. That poison ignores resistance and immunity to poison damage for that creature. That is important because you don't want to just stick wyvern poison in something and then have something be immune to poison and you wasted your very expensive wyvern poison. You can apply poison to a weapon or piece of ammunition as a bonus action instead of an action. That is definitely drawing from Baldur's Gate 3, but we do like to see it. Though I will admit that a lot of people, myself included, just homebrew, go for it. During a long rest, you can perform 1 hour of work using a poisoner's kit to create a number of doses of potent poison equal to your proficiency bonus, which lasts until you apply them to a weapon or finish your next long rest. Once applied to a weapon or piece of ammunition, the poison retains its potency for 1 minute or until you hit with the weapon or ammunition. When a creature takes damage from the coated weapon or ammunition, that creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. DC equals to 8 plus twice your proficiency bonus. Don't get that very often. Or take 1d8 poison damage and become poisoned until the end of your next turn. On success, they take half as much damage and aren't poisoned. Though, of course, that one does not by default override resistances or immunities. You need to know what you're going up against. But this does at least help make poison a little more useful, because poison kind of has some issues with actual usefulness. When used as feature to create poison, you can expend 15 gold per dose of poison to create a more deadly poison. When you do so, creatures that fail their Constitution saving throw against it take an extra 1d8 poison damage. Can you imagine setting yourself up with wyvern venom and then spending the money to make it even worse? Holy crap. And then, of course, eliminating the resistance immunity, so it's just like, no. It just kind of like poofs immediately. Expert Alchemist. Your long practice of alchemy has granted you the following benefits. Your intelligence or wisdom ability score increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. When you make an alchemy crafting check, you can take 10 as a result of the d20 without spending additional time. Now, remember, or not remember, I don't know if I mentioned this before. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before. Kibbles redoes crafting so that crafting is faster. It's now 2 hours per check. Things start at 2 hours, and then it's like, could be 4 hours with 2 checks, 8 hours with 4 checks, so on and so forth. You have to take 8 hours in order to take 10 on the check if you want to just be sure and not have to roll. So this is saying you can do that on the regular 2-hour check, which is very, very nice. During a long rest, you can produce 1 potion of healing without material components. This is a temporary potion and loses its potency after 24 hours. This could be a thing. It's a single normal potion of healing, but it's literally just snap your fingers and it exists as if you're an artificer. Expert Blacksmith, your strength ability score increases by 1 to a maximum of 20. Same when you can just take 10 instead of rolling the d20, which for those of you unfamiliar with taking 10, because we don't do that very often. Normally that's, when you would make an ability check, you have to spend a set amount of minutes in order to just take the score of 10, and then you get to apply your modifiers still. So if it's a DC 14 and I have a 3 proficiency and 2 strength modifier, that by taking 10, I now have 15. The maintenance and modifications options of blacksmithing can be completed without any gold piece cost. That saves you a lot of money. There is a fair amount of modifications in this book. Expert Cook, same thing, but wisdom. When you cook an uncommon or rare cooking option, you can make a single uncommon snack on the side without additional ingredients or time. The snack lasts 24 hours before expiring if consumed. This adds a whole thing, different food with different effects and abilities and options and healing. So this is mostly relevant to what this book has as far as that, but that is a lot of options. Expert Tinkerer. We already have Tinkering as the core book. This adds to that. In the long rest, you can produce 2 pieces of advanced ammunition worth less than a total of 50 gold pieces without material components beyond pieces of ammunition. A piece of ammunition is temporary construction and becomes a normal piece of ammunition after 24 hours. 2 is not a lot, but they can sure save you in a pinch. Think a little bit like the original 5e Arcane Archer before they updated it to have at least more than 2 shots. This is basically letting you do that without needing an Arcane Archer. And again, no gold, just there are your pieces. Magical Researcher is a broken one. This is the broken one that led to us doing this next section. You delve the secrets of magic. You can make scrolls of spells you do not know. But each crafting check takes 8 hours instead of the 2 that this has, which it's normally 8 for. Well, I guess there isn't technically. Kick chat is disconnected. Yes, it is. Kick. I literally spent the week trying to make Kick work. Kick is not working. Sorry about that. Kick's dead. I am looking, I need to remember to look at the chat, but yeah, they did some updates that broke compatibility with practically everything. So that's fun. Anyways, when you craft, but a lot of scrolls are like, oh, well, it still takes multiple 8-hour checks in order to make. So this going from a 2-hour check to an 8-hour check is still faster. As far as original versus kibbles. But think about that for a sec. The ability to make scrolls of spells you don't know. With time and resources, a wizard can just flat out have all the spells that they need or that they want built into, because you make the scroll and then you learn off of the scroll. And then, though, of course, this also lets other classes at least have access to the scrolls, but a wizard with magical researcher in particular, which requires proficiency in Arcana, which they're likely to have, oof. When you craft a scroll or make a magic item that reproduces a spell that deals damage, you can change the damage type of that spell it reproduces. Doing so raises the difficulty of crafting it by +2. So instead of fireball, it's now an ice ball, or if you want to be really evil, a psychic ball or a force ball. Additionally, you can cast a spell from a scroll, even if it is not on your spell list. So yeah, someone with this just has access to the entire list of spells with time and preparation. Hi, Batman. If it is higher level than you can normally cast, you have an advantage on spellcasting check to use it, because if there is technically, per the rules, a DC to cast spells from checks, especially if they are higher level than what you can cast. So this is just advantage on the ability to upcast. Because this doesn't say, the first part doesn't say what the limit is for crafting the higher level scrolls. I mean, for creating the higher level scrolls. You just have it. So there are some catches. If you are using the original, if you're using the built-in rules, scrolls get expensive and time-consuming to make. But you can just spend gold to have the resources and then slowly make them. What I do like is that if you're using kibbles, you can really only reliably buy up to uncommon level, which gets you to like 3rd level spells. And then you have to go questing for everything else. You might be able to buy a rare every once in a while. But for very rare and legendary, which are the big ones, you're going on quests. It is a whole quest just to get the items to make you high level spells. So I highly recommend, if you're using this, that you use the Kibbles crafting thing so that someone can't just magically say, I have 500,000 gold, I'm making a 9th level spell scroll of wish. Old Hand, you have mastered the way of your craft in a way the young whippersnappers can only dream of. You can leverage your vast knowledge of the craft, use your intelligence or wisdom modifier in place of strength or dexterity in a branch of crafting that you have proficiency in the related tool of. This feat primarily exists to be given for free to allow additional character concepts to excel at craftsmanship and is provided by some backgrounds. It is an option that can be taken but provides little mechanical power on its own. That is fair, because per the core rules, for mundane items, you need the given tool set. And then for magical items, you need Arcana. So 90% of the time, it's just magic people that can take it, unless you're really building around it. This gives you different requirements for each different crafting category. Old Hand opens up those options, but Kibbles does allow more people the option to be able to engage in magical crafting and make their own toys, so it's not just the casters once again getting all the fun stuff. Resourceful. You've mastered every play that'll give you an edge when it comes to using common items and gain the following benefits. You are proficient with improvised weapons. We like this. You can add your proficiency bonus to the saving throw DC for common items used by you. Caltrips. When taking time to recover usable items such as ball bearings or caltrops, no roll is required, which is very nice. Also, very mean. Additionally, whenever you deal damage with alchemical acid, alchemical fire, caltrops, holy water, or oil, that damage increases by 1d4 at 5th level, and again at 11th level and 17th levels. So the rogues in particular are going to like this, the artificers are going to have some fun with this, but really anyone who likes to actually use their items to be mean and to really play with the battlefield, which not as many people do, and they really, really should. This is a great one for that. School Specialist. Prerequisite, the ability to cast at least one spell, which means you do not actually need the subclass or the class. When you gain this feat, choose one of the following schools of magic. Aberration. Yeah. You learn a spell from the selected school. It must either come from the spell list of a class you have the spell casting feature of, or be a first or second level spell. You can only select a spell of a level which you can cast. You can change your selected spell when you gain a level, select a new spell that fits the criteria. Additionally, you can cast cantrips of the selected school as a bonus action. When you cast them as a bonus action, a cantrip is cast as if you are a first level caster. You can do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, gaining all uses in the long rest. So this is very interesting, and it definitely plays into a higher level caster because it just says because where it says come from a spell list of a class you have, or be a first level or second level spell, that means that if you are taking this after you have Magic Initiate, you can only do the first or second level spell. But if you are, say, a 14th level wizard, you could pick a 6th or 7th level spell of your chosen school. So that gets interesting. I do appreciate that it has a prerequisite for at least one, for the already having the ability to cast at least one spell, but it's it is a little bit, it's another one of these, hey, Kibbles, playtest, especially, well, not, I guess because this second half is proficiency bonus limited, it's not too bad. But being the warlock who picks evocation and can fire off 2 or 3 extra eldritch blasts at early levels is really, really something. You know? Eldritch Blast is obviously the cantrip to end all cantrips. Ray of Frost would also be a good one, though, because it has slow. This does not specify damaging. I just realized that. That could get really interesting. Oh. I just realized something. We are not going to discuss it tonight. But I was talking about prestidigitation and other item creation spells with someone, and the ability to do prestidigitation as a bonus action is suddenly very concerning with what that is. But we will save that for Sunday. In the meantime, though, the ability to... Oh, wait a minute. You can cast cantrips of the selected school as a bonus action. That includes cantrips that take more than an action to cast. Mending, just as an easy example, takes a minute. So if you need to fix something in the middle of the fight, which happens more often than you'd think, you can now bonus action fix it. Oh, wow, there is some serious potential with being able to do that, now that I realize that. That is... that is a somewhat concerning power, and in fact, I just realized... I actually just realized the first half is also incredibly broken. You'll learn a spell from the selected school. It must come from the spell list of a class you have a spellcasting feature of. Okay. I almost thought it was broken, then realized it does specify a level you can cast. So never mind. I was thinking you could pull the second level Well, you are first level, but no, thankfully not. Still, there's a lot of power and potential that you have in here, and the ability to upgrade your spells is also really powerful. I really like that, but also I have some concerns about how broken this can be. Soul Investor. You have the special gift to invest your soul into magical items. This becomes a new way to enchant permanent magical items for you, allowing you to replace an essence in a crafting check with part of your soul. When you do so, you can replace one essence of a varying variety, depending on your level, part of the table, with your soul, and gain advantage on crafting checks to make that item. The item becomes attunement if it was not already, becomes attuned to you on completion. If you end your attunement to the item becomes mundane, losing all magical properties. This item does not count against your maximum number of attuned items. You can have one item infused this way. You can replace two essences of a tier quality lower than your maximum. So, thankfully, it does limit you to doing this with one item. Because, holy smokes, the ability to just craft an infinite number of items that don't take up attunement slots. Oh, this is very, very good, and I like the scaling because common and uncommon are easy to buy. Rare, you can buy every once in a while, but the ability to just make the item is very, very nice. A lot of low-level items also only take one essence, so you can just make it this way. But, well, I guess you don't. I guess at level 10s through 20, you're already breaking the world. So, being able to pull one of those, especially when a lot of the high level stuff takes multiple essences anyways, isn't quite so bad. I don't think this one's broken. I think it's kind of neat, and I do like that it encourages you to get into crafting and lets you play with your new item without having to burn through your precious attunement slots. Tool Expert. Increase one ability score of your choice by 1 to a maximum of 20. You gain proficiency in one tool of your choice. Choose one tool in which you already have proficiency. You gain expertise with that tool, which means your proficiency is double. I appreciate that they're reminding us that is double proficiency for any ability check you make with it. So, theoretically, you could do this. You could do that with the tool you just chose. I think the intent is that you are getting proficient with something you already do and getting a new tool. Ultimate Improviser. Don't worry, up to, we're almost done. You find new ways to do anything. You gain the following benefits. Increase one ability score of your choice by 1 to a maximum of 20. You can You can improvise a replacement for any material that costs a number of gold pieces less than or equal to your character level. This ability doesn't create matter out of nothing. It simply assumes you can create the item with materials at hand or adapt the simple components to your needs. If no materials at all are available, the item can't be created. Consumable item created with an improvised ingredient lasts only 24 hours before breaking. Note: a consumable item. Wands aren't consumable. Rings aren't consumable. Technically, a shovel isn't consumable, unless you're playing Darkest Dungeons. So, it's only the consumable items that you gotta do quickly. You can apply half your proficiency bonus to any check you make with tools. So, you sort of have now a proficiency with all tools. Even if it's only half proficiency, it's better than no proficiency. And finally, Wand Slinger. We're not doing class feats tonight. If you have a spell save DC higher than a wand you are attuned to, you can use your spell save DC instead. Note, not all wands take attunement, so there's some that are not included in that. If you expend the last charge of a wand, you do not need to make a roll to see if it is destroyed. This is important. Usually Usually, most of the time, it's just a 1 on a d20, but you would be surprised how often this comes up. When you cast a spell with an item, any item, not just a wand, you can make a single weapon attack with a weapon held in your other hand as a bonus action. That is interesting. That is very interesting, because there are definitely non-wand items that you can that you can cast a spell with. So the ability to item anything. Oh my gosh. I think that actually did throw a plushie too. And attack is potent. This one interacts the Blastic Common Wand as it counts as a simple weapon. Oh. Blastic is sort of like a cheaper wand of magic missile. It is, you fire a shot normally as an attack, doesn't auto hit, but anyone can use it, and has a lot more charges. This would particularly interact with the Blasting Rod. While you could not use a Blasting Rod as a bonus action with this, as it's not a weapon, you could use a Blast Stick as a bonus action after using after using a Blasting Rod to cast a spell. So, interesting. I do like that if you're a magic person, you can be like, I can use this wand better than any normal plebeian. And again, the ability to do weapon attacks is nice, and it doesn't even use your bonus action. Oh wait, no, it does use your bonus action. I'm not paying attention. But that one's useful. I don't think that one's broken. We've already seen the broken ones. So, that covers some of this. We will get to the broken thing as our next D&D talk. And I apologize preemptively to all the DMs that will have to put up with this, because it is a broken thing. In the meantime, Brandon Herrera time. The civilian legal belt-fed light machine gun. I suspect, especially since he has an AR-15 in the intro or thumbnail, that's it, that this is an FRT. He's been playing with these a lot. Big Daddy Online sold me out, so mine was destroyed. And then they lost the court case. I am so glad that company went under. Again, if I ever find out that any of you people have joined other companies, I am ratting you out. I don't have anything else to say to start us off. I hope he's using an Ares Shrike. I doubt he's using an Ares Shrike.
Belt feds are based. I told you, we don't have to do that every time. Stop that. Unfortunately, most civilians aren't able to.
Is he quiet? He didn't seem quiet to me, but okay. Pulling it up. Pulling it up. Also, I love the cyberpunk music. I cannot get enough of the cyberpunk music.
To own a belt feds are based. I told you, we don't have to do that every time. Stop that. Unfortunately, most civilians aren't able to own a belt fed, at least not one in the configuration that God intended.
It's a machine gun!
There have been some things that came out on the American market, like the semi-auto 249 saws and things like that, but you're usually looking well over $10,000 for something like that. So what if there was something slightly more affordable, and in the age of FRTs, actually, I mean legally not full
I
auto,
want to play with the
but
Sherman.
damn close. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be talking about the Lima 6,
That's not a
affectionately nicknamed by our crew the Ligma. fucking neat.
Also, it's lighter than most actual squad automatic weapons. Please, U.S. military, do something other than the SIGs.
Rate of fire is adjustable by the gun whenever it decides to. Just a reminder, this...
Technically, you can adjust an FRT's rate of fire because it's functionally a bump stock type mechanism by how hard you squeeze the trigger.
It's a semi-automatic weapon. Life finds a way. This is an M249 saw. It is a squad automatic weapon made by FN, largely known for its role in GWOT and also Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Whether or not you like the saw is either dependent on what kind of movies you watched, or if you were in the military, how good your armor was at replacing springs. Either way, in its full auto configuration like this one is,
Everyone, Zach Hazard has things to say.
Firearm is illegal for the average civilian to own. For that, you can thank New Jersey Democrat Congressman William Hughes. But if you're a firearm enthusiast and you've been wanting to scratch the full auto itch,
there is another.
The usual suspects.
See, this little bastard is what's known as an FRT, or a forced reset trigger. You see, back in my day, I just said that unironically, good God, I'm getting old. When I first got into the firearm space, if we wanted to try to replicate full auto without the help of a drill press and Felmany, you do shit like bump fire, where you just like slide your thumb through your belt loop and like push the gun forward, and it makes the gun shoot super quick and super inaccurately. Then later on, you were hot shit if you had a slide fire stock. I mean, the bump stock was just like, that was the peak of, man, we're really circumventing the machine gun rule. Because according to firearm law in the United States, a machine gun, full auto, is defined as a weapon that fires more than one round per manipulation of the trigger. So if you hold the trigger down and it's only pulled once and it continues to fire, that's a machine gun. But if the trigger then resets, as in like it has to be let off, the disconnector lets go of the hammer, and then another manipulation of the trigger occurs, then that is not a full auto weapon. Which is why the slide fire stocks, which counted on the bouncing of the weapon to then have to re-pull the trigger every time the weapon was fired, was not considered a machine gun. They were, however, really fucking clunky. Not very accurate. Frankly, they kind of looked like shit. I mean, it was hot shit back in the day for bumpkins like me who didn't have access to full autos of any kind. But now there's an alternative. You might remember from our video on the MP5 SD that we did, force reset triggers, which are just triggers that, again, force the reset of the trigger, so you have to physically pull it again, but allows you to do so fairly fast, according to the ATF and according to American firearm law, are completely legal semi-automatic weapons. Which is why we now...
The ATF, in their settlement with Rare Breed, though, is funding Rare Breed suing everyone that isn't Rare Breed making them. That, however, has not stopped the recent release of a forced reset trigger for MG42s.
You can have things like this.
Yo dog, I heard you like Tac Pack. So I'm gonna open my Tac Pack with a knife I got from a Tac Pack. I'm trying to slice my hand open on camera. Tac Pack is the ultimate monthly box subscription company where you can get stuff like tactical swag, CMC drop-in triggers, that's actually really nice, Gerber knives, AR-15 handguards, tourniquets, AR-15 parts, and more. The standard Tac Pack costs $59.95 and typically has a value of $90 to $120. The Tac Pack Plus costs about $139.95 shipped, and this month will be worth over $240. Plus, if you use the code AKGUY, you get a free tactical gift with your Tac Pack. So if you sign up with that code, it brings the total value up to over $300. You can check out Tac Pack using the links in the description and in the pinned comment. We appreciate them being a sponsor. This is not a threat. And of course, as always, we'd like to thank SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. If you ever wanted to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology and you really don't know where to look, consider checking out sdi.edu using the links down in the description and in the pinned comment.
This is a belt-fed AR-15 upper with what could be a standard AR-15 lower, like you could just shove any sort of standard AR lower on this and be perfectly fine. But this one's actually dedicated for the use of a belt-fed upper because it can accept things like the nutsack. Yes, that's what they're called. I didn't make up the term. But this is the Lima 6 upper.
Or you could get an Ares Strike, which uses the standard lower, has an insert to accept the nutsack, and can take both belts and magazines. Why does no one use this? It's awesome.
Converting what would be the standard AR-15 lower, which is considered the firearm, into a belt-fed. It's also worth noting that this is not the first belt-fed upper. In fact, it's very far from it. Pretty much since the invention of the AR-15 with Armalite, they were trying to figure out, how do we make this belt-fed? Kind of like, the Stoner. It's almost like Eugene had a passion for belt-feds. Based. It was attempted by a few other people over the years, the Dutch, and then eventually by Colt, who experimented with it for about 20 years or so before abandoning it entirely. There have been a handful of companies that have done this commercially beforehand. Ares, Fightlight. This isn't necessarily a new concept is what I'm getting at. But now with Lima 6, they're actually relatively affordable. Where competitors on the market in the past have been upwards of $5,000 just for the upper, the Lima 6 is advertised at just over $3,000. And just to be clear, I have no working relationship with Lima 6. I paid for this upper. I just thought the concept was so cool, it was about time we talked about it, especially since, we've been having so many wins against the NFA lately. I just wanted to continue to just throw nails into that coffin. And until it's fully repealed, show you guys the ways that you can perform malicious compliance.
Quick check for Ares Strike. Yep, $5,000. Okay. Half the price is... I understand. I am annoyed, but I understand.
You might remember and perform malicious compliance. You might remember I own part of a company called Firearms Direct Club, basically where you can pay a subscription every month to get a bunch of cool shit, guns, accessories, all sorts of things for dealer pricing. Super big fan of those guys. They brought me onto the company. I was ecstatic about it. I found out that they actually carry these. So immediately we picked one up, started playing with it. This is a factory upper. So all this was how it came out of the packaging with the addition of course the bipod and the EOTech and all that, with a Hydra lower. So one thing of noting, the Hydra lower, in our experience, does have a non-mil-spec trigger pocket. So we RMA'd it first, and then we got it back, and then we had to machine the shit out of it to be able to fit an FRT. The FRT we have in this one is a Cornfire Arsenal Mark, M-A-R-C. Again, not sponsored, purchased full.
Lawsuit from Rare Breed incoming.
Full price. EOTech, because I'm gay for those, they're just fucking hot. But clearly I've bored you with far too many details right out the gate, so I think it's time for a ADD break. So today we're going to be doing our echelon penetration test, and since we've got a belt fed, I figure why just one delicious orange cream echelon when we could have a whole squad of echelon, for suppression. We're gonna shoot them. In a combat setting, like the purpose of a light machine gun or a squad automatic weapon, like a belt fed like that, would be to be keeping heads down, suppression. I can't think of a better way to keep someone's head down than emptying the contents of it. Echelon squad suppression in 3, 2, 1.
That took a little while.
Fuck it, we got it.
What was that middle shot?
Why not? Why not? It's actually, that should be the theme of this whole fucking video. Why not? So being as unbiased as I can be, what are the pros? For one, it does fit on a standard AR-15 lower. So if you already have an AR-15 lower, I mean, this should just theoretically drop right on. A lot of design decisions I really like. One of the things that I love, in fact, is that this is 100% made in the United States. And that's not just one of those shitty, you know, American manufacturers pull this shit off all the time and it drives me crazy. Where like a ton of the work is done overseas in fucking Korea or something like that. And then they bring it over, they do the finishing work in the United States. And they say, oh, it's American made, 100% American made. Bullshit. Fuck you, you're liars. According to
American manufacturing is apparently up this year.
everything I've seen, the Lima 6 is 100% American made, down to the fucking pins. It's not only manufactured in the United States, but again, the pins, the springs, even down to the raw materials are made in the United States or sourced from the United States. The amount of firearm manufacturers here that can say that is a shorter list than you would like it to be, believe me. So right out the gate, before we start on anything else, I think they get bonus points for that. There's also a lot of clever shit going on, like for example, the button that allows you to release the top cover here. This right here is just a standard AR-15 magazine release.
I realized that
so
before,
it just drops in there.
he said that.
Then you can then, you know, flip up your top cover. I don't know, I'm a sucker.
I have seen people do stupid stuff with customizing their AR-15 buttons. That is 100% going to get customized by someone.
For a little shit like that, I think that's cool. You might notice some similarities. Drop that out. That is the mechanism under the top cover of the M249. And that is some borrowed homework. Basically, the Germans just perfected everything when they made the MG42, and everybody since then has just been copying that.
Just
basically, everybody copied the Germans on the MG42. The Americans, the Belgians, the Germans. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And certainly they did not, because a lot of these parts...
The current German squad automatic weapon is just an MG42 with the numbers filed off. And a slightly lower rate of fire because ammo capacity.
Are just straight up interchangeable or from the M249 saw, which I think is, you know, it's a great idea. Again, if it ain't broke. Now, this is the part of the video I'm gonna get shit on for. There's a lot of shit I don't like on this gun, and I will say not a lot of it is Lima 6's fault. For one, you see this little nub here? That right there is actually what rides in this track and advances the belts and actually makes the gun work. On the 249 saw, we have the exact same thing, except it is spring-loaded, meaning you can actually close the gun with it forward. This is not spring-loaded, meaning that you cannot close the gun unless this is back, which wouldn't be the end of the world, except it's not an open bolt. So it's just a pain in the ass. It's just a minor inconvenience, really. It's just kind of fucking annoying. It's not necessarily bad design. It's just they're limited by the constraints of having to use a standard AR-15 lower. You're having to shrink a lot of shit down, and you have a lot of constraints you otherwise wouldn't if you were trying to design something from the ground up. It does have an adjustable gas block. That, spoiler alert, we filmed this part of it after I was on the range burning through hundreds and hundreds of rounds with it. We cooked it. This has like no retention left to it. This gas block is completely fried. We did kind of do an impromptu...
I think I know where his rate of fire problem came from.
...torture test with it in some ways, where we left it out in the hot Texas sun and then just burned it down with several hundred round belts. But still, I mean, this is supposed to be filling the role of a light machine gun, and that was definitely not... That was suboptimal. 249 saw has a feed tray here that comes up so you can clear the weapon and clear the malfunctions, which is super convenient, which on the Lima, this does not really come out, so.
Oh, that's
makes
not
clearing
great.
a theoretical malfunction kind of difficult. The other thing is that they say in the manual you need a 200 round break-in period. Pretty much anytime something needs a break-in period, a firearm needs a break-in period, I'm immediately suspicious. Basically, my mind just goes to, what did you fuck up to need the gun to work itself?
We just talked about this.
And the other thing I will say is this gun gets extraordinarily hot. So I noticed that the metal charging handle that's tethered directly to the bolt gets fucking scorching if you run this thing. To the point where you will burn the shit out of yourself, which I did several times while filming this video.
I was gonna say that machine guns get hot. Yeah, connecting a metal charging handle to the back of the bolt. Ooh, that's not a great decision. Yeah, Up2's right. This is sounding much more kludged together.
video. Oh, that was a bad idea. Stupid. Also, as you may have noticed throughout the video, whenever I'm putting through long belts in this thing, the rate of fire shifts, and I have no fucking clue why. It'll go like decent rate of fire, then
Let's have a look to see if that thing was turning.
in this thing, the rate of fire shifts, and I have no fucking clue why.
I don't think that was turning, but I could be wrong.
It'll go like decent rate of fire, then go super fast, then go back to slow, then go back to fast. It does it like 20, 30 rounds at a time. It's really sporadic. I am not changing my trigger pressure on that. We are using the same ammunition. We had multiple people who work on firearms on the range that day, and none of us even have a fucking theory. So if you got any ideas, let me know down in the comments, because I really just want to know. And I'll reiterate, a lot of these complaints are either imposed by the ATF, we'll get to that in a second, or having to fit on a standard AR-15 lower, which just really limits what you're able to do. You're not able to be quite as creative in solving some of these problems. But I mean, given the task at hand.
This time I am going to say Ares Shrike solved all of these so far.
With my experience on the Lima 6, for whatever it was, this gun ran. And it ran like a high schooler fleeing a DUI. So now we're gonna do it. Ooh, I almost did it. I almost fucking did it. That would have been
Oh no.
medium well. So now we're gonna see if we can replicate something that I was worried about with this particular design.
Oh, he can
see
lock
what
it
happens
back.
when this thing gets a little too hot.
Oh, here we go. It's going to be closed bolt, which means that it sits with the round in the chamber when you pull the trigger, it fires, and then it cycles. Those get hot enough they can cook rounds off, which means that without pulling the trigger, by heat alone, they fire rounds. I have seen guns actually just flat out go into runaway where they just fire a string of shots quickly. It's not great. That's because the ATF has banned open bolt guns. Most military machine guns and submachine guns are open bolt, which means that the bolt sits back, the round doesn't go into the chamber till it's actually time to fire.
Yeah, there you go. She is cooking.
Yeah.
Ah, there it was. That was a cook-off. You notice my finger is nowhere near the trigger right now. You can hear the gun is just hissing. There's another one.
Yeah, that's not
So what's
great.
happening right now is that the barrel temperature has reached a point where it is absolutely, it's cooked. Like it is just, it's so hot that's actually reached a temperature that the round, by just being in that hot chamber, can actually go off on its own just from the heat of the barrel itself. That is why most belt feds that you'll see, pretty much all real military belt feds, will have an open bolt. So it'll be an open bolt mechanism, which keeps, even when you're running cyclic and you're running, you know, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds through your machine gun, it's still not going to cook off, or at least, you know, theoretically not going to cook off, because the rounds are not actually in the chamber itself. And so that's, you know, a pretty good safety mechanism, really. But unfortunately, the ATF has made a lot of...
Okay, before he goes on that, this is one of several reasons. Obviously, there's just people are stupid as a reason that a lot of ranges that don't have the little automatic thingy where you can bring the target back to you to swap them out, where everyone has to be like range clear, and then you go get your target and change them out and things. this is why a lot of those one of the reasons, like I said, people are also just stupid, that they tell people, everyone clear your gun. Guns clear and down. Because if you have been shooting a lot and your gun is hot and it has a magazine in it, even if it's safed, if there is a round in the chamber and it cooks off, it can fire after you've sat it down, if it's not clear and empty. So that is a thing.
A pretty good safety mechanism, really. But unfortunately, the ATF has made a lot of super gay rules over the years. And one of those rules is that you cannot, as a civilian, own an open bolt weapon, even if it's semi-automatic. So a lot of those old conversions on like MAC-10s and stuff like that, they couldn't be open bolt. It's one of the reasons why it's a pain in the ass if you were a civilian that was trying to build like a semi-auto PPSH-41 or, you know, Sten or something like that. Because the guns were built to be open bolt. That's how the guns work. So you have to do a bunch of extra shit to it just to be able to make it function. It's a stupid rule. It's antiquated. I hope they get rid of it. Any of our friends at the ATF or DOJ, I hope they get rid of it. Because it's not an actual law. It's literally just a ruling that a determination that the ATF has made. All right, so I'm gonna cut me off for a second and actually myself. The ATF, technically, to my understanding,
For a second, it felt like we went into a whole different genre.
hasn't made it illegal to do a semi-automatic open bolt. But what they have done is made several rulings in the past where they said that if you make a semi-auto open bolt weapon, then that would be too readily convertible or easily convertible into a machine gun. So while they, again, to my knowledge, haven't done a ruling saying that you can't because just the act of being open bolt is then a machine gun, they've basically, anytime anybody's tried to do it, they've said it's too readily convertible and they poo-poo it. One of the many reasons dealing with the ATF is like dealing with a bipolar fucking grizzly bear, but whatever. Anyway, I'm done. So at this point, it's now a matter of safety because what you don't want is situations like this where the gun is constrained by having to be closed bolt to be civilian legal. And with this sort of rate of fire and this ability to feed this much ammunition, it actually makes it dangerous. You're making guns less safe. I'm gonna unload this now. Actually, I'm gonna fire the one round in there. There we go. Now I'm gonna open the bolt there. And I'm gonna try not to burn the shit out of my hands.
He fired that round because it's been sitting in there, soaking up heat, and you could actually eject it and still have it cook off while it's now outside of the gun. That is bad. Oh, this is also why one of the many reasons why a lot of these either caseless or like non-metallic cartridge rounds tend to fail, because while it doesn't take everything, the brass cartridge leaving the gun does soak up some of that heat buildup and take it with it when it goes out. We've seen in the past people get burned being hit by those, so they are quite hot. If you do not have those, if you do not have a brass cartridge soaking up some of the heat and taking it out of the gun as it goes, the weapon heats up even more as you use it and has nothing it can do with the heat at all.
Man, this gun is so fucking hot. And like not in a necessarily it was cool way, but it's physically fucking hot. Like I can't touch anything on this that isn't plastic. But ladies and gentlemen, the Ligma 6. I just thought about it. Ligma 6 that's even funnier. Ligma what? Ligma 6. Anyhow, this is really like actually pretty cool. This isn't the first time somebody's tried something like this, but this one is kind of all the rage right now. And honestly, nowadays with the FRTs being very, very commonplace, It really revolutionizes what you can do as a civilian. So yeah, shouts out FTC for being based enough to carry these. Shouts out you guys for being based enough to watch and follow along. Shouts out Drive Tanks for being cool enough to host us. Shouts out to Cookies for being delicious and apparently expensive.
I'll bring some cookies.
And with that, I'm gonna get out of this hot Texas August sun, get into some air conditioning because I just stopped sweating, and that's not good. Anyhow, guys, I
that's
appreciate
concerning.
you for watching all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Thanks. I'm desperately trying not to let this touch any part of my body. Shut up, cat! Shut up! Rip your headphones later, sorry.
And you stop sweating, that's serious dehydration. Yeah, that is actual problems, because you do reach a point where you will stop sweating if you've gone too long. Getting burned, yes it is. I have several permanent burns and several long-time burns that are finally healing away on my arms. Not all of them from firearms, mind you, but some of them from having touched the wrong part of a firearm, and one from a shell that got stuck in a sleeve and was so hot and burned me so fast I actually didn't initially notice. That was fun. So that is Brandon Herrera's civilian legal belt-fed light machine gun. Sounds like a skill issue. Now that one's gone away. But I had that one for like 2 years while my skin decided if it wanted to actually shed enough layers or not. Okay, that was Brandon Herrera. Always fun. Brand new one, so 5 hours ago, so that will not be uploaded until like Monday, if I even remember to do it then. You want to, I'll react on stream, but we're not uploading our react until we get out of that cycle, though. I mean, it's Brandon Herrera. I am not taking views away from him. Okay. So, with that, we move into the main event for tonight. Wild Blue Skies. From devs who said, well, if Nintendo... I have a controller. There was a controller plugged in. From devs who said, fine, we'll do it. We'll do it ourselves. I'm telling you, there's a controller plugged in. If you're not reading the controller, I'm gonna be upset. I'm not pulling an RT game. I've said it before, but I've said it again. The furries have finally started doing game dev, and this is going to be a thing for a while. I wanted to actually have... Sure. I wanted to actually have the... Oh. It just
Welcome to
takes me right in.
training mode.
All right, we're going to pause. I wanted to actually have the Linux thing set up for tonight. I am still working on getting it to work correctly for this whole setup.
Let's practice the basics, shall we?
Do you not have hold to fire? Aha!
In most missions, you fly forward automatically. You can freely move around the screen. You can also bank to move faster in one direction. Execute a dodge roll to rapidly move in one direction.
Do a barrel
Also
roll.
deflect some enemy shots. Watch out though, dodge rolls won't deflect everything.
They also seem to interfere with firing.
Can you fly through all the loops?
Was the voicing in the demo? I don't remember. I don't think it was. Either that or they updated her voice.
Silver rings recover a portion of your health. Very useful if you're in a pickle. Four golden letters are hidden in every mission. Collect all four to earn that mission's medal. Now, let's practice using your weaponry. Fire your blasters to take down enemies. Lock on enemies with your charged shot. Taking out multiple enemies with a single charged shot gives you bonus score. Getting a high score in a mission will earn you a ribbon. Use your blasters for single enemies and charged shot for groups.
But charge shot doesn't do more damage to big
Collect
enemies?
blaster upgrades to improve your blaster across missions. But watch out! You'll lose the blaster upgrades if you take too much damage. Try and take down all the enemies ahead.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss it. I missed it.
You can collect bombs to deal massive damage in a large area.
Oh, just give us a ton of bombs. This is gonna be fun. Nope, missed one. No!
Launch a bomb and detonate it at the right time for
Ow.
maximum impact.
I appreciate that you can hit yourself with the bomb.
Use the boost to gain speed for a short duration. Use the brake to slow down completed.
Okay, why am I... Almost. Why am I falling to the ground when I do that?
You've got an incoming transmission. And shoot down that crate to collect your reward. You just collected an extra life. Nice one.
Yeah, but I mean... We're in a spaceship. Space fighter thing.
Checkpoint is useful in case of a
Sh-
crash during missions.
Shouldn't we be able to maintain altitude?
Some missions allow you to fly freely in all directions.
Set R-Wing to all-range
You can use
mode.
your brake to turn heckin' quickly.
Ow.
That ought to come in handy. Everything else in free flight should feel familiar. Well, that's all the training I've got for you. Feel free to fly around as much as you like. You can quit at any time using the pause menu.
Yeah, but Starfighter should have anti-gravs. Ow. Yeah, we're not really using the wings as more for flight. We're just using them for control surfaces. I don't think that flies, literally.
Long ago, the evil Grimclaw, once decorated chief engineer of the army, launched the world into war in pursuit of total power. With the help of the Blue Bombers, an elite squadron of fighter pilots, General Harding and the forces of good prevailed, pushing the evil mastermind into exile. After years of peace, an armada of robotic forces has emerged from the volcanic regions of the north, spreading terror across the land. Grimclaw has returned.
Are we not space fighters? Maybe we're not.
General Harding, unable to withstand this new attack, calls upon a new generation of blue bombers to liberate the world and stop him once and for all.
I guess we're not... I hate to say it, but this is very Lilat system shaped. I hate to make that comparison when it's like we want a good Star Fox, but...
Grimclaw's forces have reached our shores. Protect our homes, Blue Bombers.
Leave it up to us, General. This invasion stops here. Bombs away! coming up on the island. Blue bombers, check in.
Rogue here, ready for action.
Of course she's British.
Chuck on your six, Bowie. I've got eyes on your back.
Thorn here, locked and loaded. Wait, yeah, loaded.
I will be your snippy for the evening.
Let's send Grimclaw packing.
Lock! Lock! I'm not a big fan of how close range the lock-on is. I wish it was a little bit...
Right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me?
Okay, that was very StarCraft Marine coded. You want a piece of me, boy?
Ready?
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out.
No!
Enemy bombers on the dock.
No! Thought I'd get it.
These guys are annoying.
Use the boost.
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for. Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up? Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
I think I just missed the secret level.
Here they come.
Too many for the charge.
There's no stopping us.
So that was definitely the fly through the rings to get the other enemy boss.
Ready for anything.
Yeah, this is very Corneria coded.
Well, if it isn't the blue bomber.
I need to stay away from him so I can... Okay, there we should be. Not quite.
You'll never defeat Grimclaw!
Check in, team.
Blue bombers, check in.
Oh my gosh.
Everything's good here.
Just a scratch or two.
Not a scratch.
I know where I missed one of the letters. I was slow on the boss, I didn't get cut wild, and we all took damage. Well, 2 of us took a little bit of damage, I guess. Yeah. If you know, you know.
You're going to cut through that storm? Be careful, Bowie.
It's almost like cutting through a meteor asteroid
Take
field.
more than bad weather to stop us.
Take more than a few meteors to stop us. Or asteroids or whatever.
Bombs away!
Hang on, we'll get through this.
I can't see past my nose.
Looks like we're not the only ones lost.
What is this place?
These ruins definitely weren't on the flight plan.
Was Grimclaw's fleet hiding here all along?
Probably.
Watch out! This place is falling apart!
Do we really have to take the scenic route?
You want a piece of me?
I still just hear the StarCraft Marine when he says that.
It's up ahead! I'm going in!
No time for sightseeing, boys. Keep pushing forward.
Focus, team. We'll get through this.
Sending a little something your way, Bowie.
Whoa! Look out!
Use the boost, Bowie!
This is too much!
Looks like the storm's easing up.
This is really about, yeah, there are questions there. Hi again, I remember you.
Stop you!
So you are.
Nearly a tackle!
Please?
Try not to get wet! I've had it up to my gills with you!
Yeah, well, That's your problem. Yeah, I know. Come on. Before you go to another phase.
I will have my skin burn this!
That sounds like a you problem.
Blue bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
Just a scratch or two.
Not a scratch.
Again. I'm apparently only collecting W's and L's this time. I am concerned about those health levels. Alright, one more than our midstream break.
The enemy has set up a mining operation in the desert. Take it down, bombers.
Bombs
No!
away.
Why? Oh.
Let's take this drill down, team.
Uh-oh, we've got company!
Let's take down these enemies first.
Thank you, G diffusing. All range mode. I thought I could get to the health in time. Fox! No! I mean Bowie! No!
Let's take this drill down, team.
Oh, full health. Yay!
Uh-oh, we've got company!
Let's take down these enemies first.
Well, there's the D. Where's the W?
Landed the bomb.
You only got a few minutes before this thing explodes.
One stops here, bombers.
I will be your wolf substitute for tonight.
Looking for a new trophy, and you'll do nicely. Still flying for these has-beens, Chuck. It's crunch time, bombers.
Grimfall needs you to do his dirty work now. Hey, Prowlers.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
I'm right here, behind you. Oh, that's an interesting technique.
Out to bail.
No! I'm trying! Okay, that's one.
By amateur!
Ah, I was just a little too slow. Could have saved her out.
Last we'll see of these guys. Bombers out.
Did I shoot the drill once? Sorry, Ro.
Bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
I don't know how much more I can take.
Rose ship is under repairs.
Yeah, very Star Foxy. That was shorter than I thought, though, so we are gonna do another mission before we take our break.
The weather is unpredictable in this area. Be careful, bombers.
Will do, General.
Bombs away.
Visibility's low. Keep your eyes open.
I can't see a thing.
Ow.
Whoa! They're sliding all over the place.
There's a cave up ahead.
Whew, safe and sound.
Well,
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie.
Whoa! Those crystals are so pretty.
Are they here collecting those things?
I know. And down I go.
No!
I haven't gotten a new life, so this could be bad.
We're running out of room.
I'm working on it!
I'm getting dizzy!
Help, help!
Let's not do that again.
Look! The tunnel's opening up! Who's making all that noise? This is our cave! We found it first!
The back's exposed. Shoot it, Bowie.
Sorry I'm not talking much, but trying to not waste my last life.
Hey! What's this button do?
I know!
I don't feel so good. You're really starting to tick me
I'm probably screwed. Yep, there we go.
You're really starting to tick me off!
Very Star Fox 64. Alright. Gotta take our midstream break. I'll be back and we'll see if we can actually make it through 6 stages. Be right back shortly. Okay. Let's try that again. But again, very Star Fox 64, and that's the game.
Long ago, the evil Grimclaw, once decorated chief engineer of the army, launched the world into war in pursuit of total power. With the help of the Blue Bombers, an elite squadron of fighter pilots, General Harding and the forces of good prevailed, pushing the evil mastermind into exile. After years of peace, an armada of robotic forces has emerged from the volcanic regions of the north, spreading terror across the land. Grimclaw has returned. General Harding, unable to withstand this new attack, calls upon a new generation of Blue Bombers to liberate the world and stop him once and for all.
I hit skip and it will not let me skip this, so...
Grimclaw's forces have reached our shores. Protect our homes, Blue Bombers.
Leave it up to us, General. This invasion stops here.
Bombs away!
Coming up on the island. Blue Bombers, check in.
Row here, ready for action.
Chuck on your six, Bowie. I've got eyes on your back.
Thorn here, locked and loaded. Wait, yeah, loaded.
All bombers are go. Let's send Grimclaw packing.
I do want to check something. Yeah, I was just looking for a first person, just in case.
Enemy coming right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie!
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out! Enemy bombers on the dock.
I missed the extra life.
These guys are annoying.
Use the boost!
Ah, I tried to get him. Nope.
And stay down.
There's the bunkers, indeed.
Eyes open, team. Ready for anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue working on the Linux thing and see if we can have it set for Sunday. Because Windows is getting more determined. Like, how so very dare you? That close enough for you?
Blue bombers, check in.
Everything's good here.
The orange ship is out for repairs. Not a scratch.
Yeah, oops. Okay, adventure progress will be saved. Wanted to get rid of that square.
You're going to cut through that storm? Be careful, Bowie.
It'll take more than bad weather to stop us.
Bombs away!
Hang on, we'll get through this.
Looks like we're not the only ones lost.
Oh yeah, this is our idea. We're making bad decisions here.
Want to pick the scenic route?
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie!
No time for sightseeing, boys. Keep pushing forward.
Focus, team. We'll get through this.
Sending a little something your way, Bowie.
Thank you kindly.
Use the boost, Bowie!
Looks like the storm's easing up.
Don't go jumping the shark, bombers! I'm here to stop you! Merely a tickle! Try not to get wet!
I think for this one I'm better off just doing this.
I've had it up to my gills with you!
Yes, I'm sure you have. Come on. Okay. Yeah, it's past it. I just do this now.
Green Claw will have my skin for this!
That sounds like a you problem. I gotta stop saying that.
Blue bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
The orange ship is out for repairs. Not a scratch.
Got them all! Yeah, Roe is still by far the best pilot. Back to the drill.
The enemy has set up a mining operation in the desert. Take it down, bombers.
We'll get to the bottom of it.
Bombs away!
Let's take this drill down, team.
Lock on to something.
He's on my tail. Get him off.
Please. 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 Thank you.
I've landed the bomb.
You only got a few minutes before this thing explodes.
I am aware. If my lock-on would work better, that'd be great.
I've been looking for a new
Caspian's a good name.
and you'll do nicely.
Fang's a little statistical. I missed his name is Wardle.
Grimball needs you to do his dirty work now. Hey, Prowlers.
Incredible. 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 I made the right choice.
Did you? Okay, just running him into the drill was pretty funny.
Sorry, team, you'll have to do without me.
No! Who's left?
That's the last
There we
we'll
go.
see of these guys. Bombers out.
Caspian's a real name? It is. I tried so hard to take them all down before they got anyone.
Blue Bombers, check in.
Chuck's ship is getting patched up.
Just a scratch or two.
Really pushing it here, Bowie.
Oh, I can change path. Let's do the iceberg this time.
Grimclaw has eyes all over those seas. Be careful.
They won't see us coming.
Bombs away.
Keep your cool. We're almost through.
It's way too calm here.
Could you not?
I see enemies. Let's take them out. Too easy.
Darn it! Yeah, this is too populous for me to be using the lock-on laser.
These guys are annoying.
Unless this is happening. Get him! It's like I can get a shot or two in with the lock on.
Here they come.
Something have health. Ah! Had health, but I missed it.
Now this is more like it.
There's no stopping us.
Togi's on my tail. Get him off. Thanks for the assist.
Holy smokes.
Just a bit more, bombers. Volcanoes in sight.
Easier to maneuver, a lot more enemies.
I spy with my little eye. A crew of amateurs who will fall out of the sky.
Holy crap.
I've got my eyes on you.
I may be in trouble.
Subtlety. How about a little brute force? You won't outfox me!
Oh. Yeah, I'm doing like chip damage to her. Well, at least I'm full health now. Well, was full health.
Now this is more like it.
There's no stopping us.
And I missed the gun upgrade.
Pokies on my tail. Get 'em all. I have to bail.
Just a bit more, Bomber.
Having the weak gun makes this much harder.
I spy with my little eye. A crew of amateurs who will fall out of the sky.
I'm screwed.
I've got my eyes on you.
I'm using my bombs, I have to.
Screw subtlety. How about a little brute force? You don't outbox me!
Okay.
I had one job!
Yes, you did.
Blue Bombers, check in.
Well, there's
Jack
gonna be like
Ship
no
is
one
getting
here.
patched up.
Just a scratch or two.
Rose ship is under repairs.
No, I burned through most of my bombs in order to pull that off.
Destroy Grimclaw's factory and stop this invasion once and for all, Bowie.
We'll throw a spanner or two in the works. Bombs away! Let's stop this infernal machine!
Take down those perimeter tiers, Bowie!
This also seems a little familiar. Alright, now, is there anyone? Thank you! Really? There's a letter in there. Yeah.
Let's stop this infernal machine.
We are struggling.
Take down those perimeter piers, Bowie!
Okay. Ah. Nope, missed that one. I need a gun upgrade badly.
Sorry, team, you'll have to do without me.
That ought to grind their gears.
The drive shaft's exposed! Now's your chance!
Here they come again.
Out where it doesn't belong, Bowie.
Here's to an honorable bout, Bob.
All's critical. I'm out.
Where's it go?
Yeah. I'm in trouble.
I know that trick.
just need to get rid of some of these guys. Oh, hell. Yes, thank you. And I'm in rough shape.
Blue bombers, check in.
There's no one left to check in.
Chuck's ship is getting patched up. Thorn's ship is out for repairs. Rose's ship is under repairs.
Oof. The final mission of presumably the bad ending.
You're heading right into Grimclaw's base. Be careful, bombers.
We've come this far, General. Bombs away!
I swear if he's a hand-eye boss.
Let's end this once and for all.
Keep your cool, we're not through yet.
Well, I'm screwed.
Let's end this once and for all.
Keep your cool, we're not through yet.
Holy
Now
smokes.
here's a warm welcome.
They look a little bit like Zakos. Just notice that.
Look in! Dodge the trip!
He's the radio signal. No! I'm screwed.
Come out, Gridclaw. Time to face the music.
I'm sorry. Grimclaw can't come to the door right now. You'll just have to deal with me. No! Don't get burned!
Oh! Give me a second to give my thumb a rest after all that holding down. That was a thing. Checking something quick. All right. Let's try this again.
Long ago,
Oh, now it let me skip it. Let's see if we can actually do the challenge.
Our shores. Protect our homes, Blue Bombers.
Leave it up to us, General. This invasion stops here.
Bombs away.
Coming up on the island. Blue Bombers, check in.
Row here. Ready for action.
Chuck on your six, Bowie. I've got eyes on your back.
Thorn here, locked and loaded. Wait, yeah, loaded.
All bombers are go. Let's send Grimclaw packing.
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out. Enemy bombers on the docks.
These guys are annoying!
Use the boost.
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for. Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
Okay. Ah, I cannot, in fact.
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thorn. Here they come.
And stay down.
Ah,
Stopping us.
Eyes open, team. Ready for anything.
ow. Come on. At least he's not a particularly difficult boss.
Blue Bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
Just a scratch or two.
Not a scratch.
You're going to cut through that storm? Be careful, Bowie.
It'll take more than bad weather to stop us. Bombs away! Hang on, we'll get through this.
I can't see past my nose.
Looks like we're not the only ones lost.
What is this place?
Ruins definitely weren't on the flight plan.
Scrimclaw's fleet hiding here all alone?
Watch out! This place is falling apart!
time for sightseeing, boys. Keep pushing forward.
Focus, team. We'll get through this.
Sending a little something your way, Bowie.
Whoa! Look out!
Use the boost, Bowie.
This is too much! Looks like the storm's easing up.
Don't go jumping the shark, bombers! I'm here to stop you! Merely a tickle! Try not to get wet! I've had it up to my gills with you!
Okay. Don't be it. Like I just got hit.
Green Claw will have my skin for this!
All right, we're gonna do the caves again this time.
Blue bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
Just a scratch or two. Not a scratch.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're skipping the drill this time.
The enemy is attacking our sacred temple. You have to stop them.
You can count on us, General.
Bombs away.
Blue bombers checking in. Let's protect the temple.
How could Grimclaw attack this place?
I mean, it's pretty easy. You just send troops here and tells them to destroy stuff.
way?
Take it down before it reaches the temple!
Way to go, Bowie!
More walkers coming in hot, bombers.
Well,
No!
Blue bombers checking in. Let's protect the temple.
How could Grimclaw attack this place?
again, it seems fairly easy.
Forget Grimclaw. Let's clear these guys out.
Who is on my... How do they keep getting beat?
Bombers, there's something big coming your way.
Health, thank you.
Take it down before it reaches the temple!
Seriously, how do they keep doing that? How? None of the other all-range battles have minions this aggressive.
Way to go, Bowie!
More walkers coming in hot, bombers. I have to bail.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out!
Blue bombers checking in. Let's protect the temple.
How could Grimclaw attack this place?
Forget Grimclaw. Let's clear these guys out.
Are you kidding me?
it down before it reaches the temple!
Temple! Let's get out of here!
I don't know if I'd call that cleared.
Blue Bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
Just a scratch or two. Rose ship is under repairs.
We're going to take a short break, and then I'm actually going to use the retry mission option this time. I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty. I need to check something that didn't get checked while I was here. Then, we're doing this. Sorry, this is one of those things where it's going to bug me unless I look it up, so I'm looking it up quick. All right. Oh! I want to try to get more stages, so...
The enemy is attacking our sacred temple! You have to stop!
Bombs away! Blue bombers checking in. Let's protect the temple. How could Grimclaw attack this place?
Forget Grimclaw. Let's clear these guys out.
Where did that one... Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Bombers, there's something big coming your way.
Take it down before it reaches the temple! Nice going, Bowie!
More walkers coming in hot, bombers.
These guys are just so aggressive and accurate compared to every other enemy in every other level.
Way to go, Bowie! Almost critical. I'm out.
The walkers almost reached the temple. Destroy it.
I am aware.
You'll have to do without me.
Thank you for health.
The walkers almost reached the temple. Destroy it!
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing if I can finish getting that Linux gaming setup up and running on this machine by next time. Oh, by the way, I figured out why Bowie sounds so familiar. That's Jonas Scott, Nagoshi from Beastars. I approve. Though I do find it amusing that he has now been typecast as a dog.
Long ago, the evil
He is also apparently the narrator, which that's wild that he can do that range.
Launched the world into war in pursuit of total.
Grimclaw's forces have reached our shores. Protect our homes, Blue Bombers.
Leave it up to us, General. This invasion stops here.
Bombs away!
Coming up on the island. Blue Bombers, check in.
Row here, ready for action.
Chuck on your six, Bowie. I've got eyes on your back.
Thorn here, locked and loaded. Wait, yeah, loaded.
All bombers are go. Let's send Grimclaw packing.
Enemy coming right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie.
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out. Enemy bombers on the docks. well! If it isn't the Blue Bomber! No, sir, bombers! You'll never defeat Grimclaw!
So about that.
Blue Bombers, check in.
I've got some damage, but this ain't my first rodeo.
Thorn's ship is out for repairs. Not a scratch.
Finally got the fast boss at least. Do we want to just push to try to actually get that second route from the... I'm gonna do that.
Grimclaw's forces have reached our shore.
Bombs away!
I used to be really good at that in the original Star Fox 64. And look, I hope they do more games like this, but without cloning Star Fox 64. But let's be honest about what this is.
Thanks, Bowie.
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out. Enemy bombers on the dock.
These guys are annoying!
Use the boost.
Thanks, Bowie. I thought it was done for. Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up?
I don't know how I'm supposed to maneuver that fast.
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thorn. Here they come.
And back off, Bowie.
There's no stopping us. Eyes open, team. You ready for
Because
anything?
I'm hitting the brake and trying to hit the rolls. Now, does this send me back to the... Oh! Restart mission, not from checkpoint. Interesting. Oh, no, now back to checkpoint. No!
And stay down.
Bowie!
Long ago,
Grimclaw's forces have reached our shores. Bombs away!
Coming up on the islands. Blue bombers, check in.
Road here. Ready for action.
Chuck on your six, Bowie. I've got eyes on your back.
Thorn here, locked and loaded. Wait. Yeah, loaded.
All bombers are go. Let's send Grimclaw packing.
Enemy coming right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie!
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out! Enemy bombers on the docks.
These guys are annoying.
Really?
Use the boots!
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for.
Oh.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up?
Missed it.
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thorn. Here they come. Bowie!
I want that alternate route.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
Ah!
Keep up?
they come.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
Nope, it's only got a retry mission thing.
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor.
Oh!
Here they come.
I'd like to know how you're supposed to have the maneuverability to pull that off.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
See, I hit it, and then...
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor. Here they come.
Long.
Grimclaw's forces have reached our shore.
Bombs away. Enemy coming right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie.
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out.
No, I wanted that repair!
These guys are annoying.
Use the boost.
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for.
Okay. Oh,
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
okay, so break. Oh, it bounces me up. I go through and I hit the bottom.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
See, because it pushes me.
Can you keep up?
Ah!
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor. Here they come.
And stay down.
No! Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
I'm sure trying. Okay, do that. Go down.
Keep up.
Go up. No!
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor. Here they come.
team. Be ready for anything.
Well, well! If it isn't the Blue Bomber! Bowie! Grimclaw's forces have reached our shore!
Bombs away!
Enemy coming right for you, Justin.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie!
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out! Enemy bombers on the docks.
These guys are annoying.
They're not the only ones.
Use the boost!
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for.
Oh,
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up?
oh!
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thorn. Here they come.
And stay down.
There's no stopping us.
No!
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
Okay.
Can you keep up?
I don't know how I'm supposed to make that last one.
Maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thorn. Here they come.
Because I'm trying with the brake, I'm trying without the brake.
There's no stopping us.
No!
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up? Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thorn. Here they come.
And stay down.
There's no stopping us. No!
forces have reached our shore.
Bombs away.
Enemy coming right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie.
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out. Enemy bombers on the docks.
Okay, that gives me one extra chance.
These guys are annoying.
Use the boost.
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for.
Okay. Ah!
You can't follow me, Bowie.
Well,
Can you keep up?
I missed it, so I can actually just do this.
Enemy coming right for you, Chuck.
You want a piece of me? Thanks, Bowie.
Made it to the city. Get ready.
Are we too late?
Better late than never. Let's clear 'em out. Enemy bombers on the docks.
These guys are annoying.
Use the boost.
Thanks, Bowie. I thought I was done for.
Okay.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
No!
Can you keep up?
That just says retry mission, so.
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor. Here they come.
No!
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up?
Ah!
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No
I'm gonna
time
start
for
just
games,
shooting him
Thor.
down.
Here they come.
And stay down. No!
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie. Can you keep up? Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor. Here they come.
Alright.
Bet you can't follow me, Bowie.
Are you kidding me?
Aw, maybe next time, Bowie.
No time for games, Thor. Here they come.
Alright. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. So, entertaining that we got 2 Star Fox 64s in 1 year. I definitely want to encourage the devs to hold on and do more. I kind of wish it wasn't just, you know, quite as straight of a clone of Star Fox 64. As good as that game is, you know, I was hoping it would be like more. That makes sense. But it is nice to have a non-Nintendo Star Fox 64. So it's not bad, though I absolutely hate trying to pull this maneuver. There is definitely more space between the arches in the original. I want to see more of the Wild Blue Skies universe, though. I really do. And I do think that they've done a good job, even if this was a little bit of a, you know, straight copy. Straight clone. Still, though. Fun, good. Gets us away from Nintendo. Please. More. More. And not once every 20 years like Nintendo does. For now, I'm going to call it for the night and wish you all a happy weekend. Welcome again to all the new people. I hope you've enjoyed. And I will see you in the next stream. And hopefully with the Linux alternative set and running. Be safe and have a good one.